Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another Stock Kings YouTube video. And today we'll be going over Sundial Growers Inc., ticker symbol SNDL. Now, Sundial Growers has huge news affecting this stock. As of yesterday, they announced their Q4 full year 2020 financial results after market hours around 4:30. Now, we weren't really sure how this news was going to affect this stock, but looking at it now at the pre-market price, it looks like we are facing some good news. Pre-market is up to around 162 after a close at 154. And we're going to be going over what they gave out on these Q4 and 2020 financial results and how it will affect the stock moving forward. We'll also be going over some price targets as well as some technical analysis and kind of let you guys know where you can get in on this stock to make some money. But before we get into any of that, if you enjoy this video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with a new video. I always appreciate the support on this channel. Thank you guys so much. And I also have my Instagram link down below where I post new details about this channel daily. So if you are interested in keeping up with this channel a little bit more, please go ahead and follow that as well. But getting right into this daily chart here on SNDL, you can see here we have a massive run up. They took a part of that short squeeze up to almost $4, and then we have a pretty massive rundown, dropping well below the 50 EMA into below the $1 range, and then rejecting off of that, and now we are coming back up. A couple days ago, we came up to a high of around 175, and now we are up again as of yesterday to the 154, and it looks like pre-market we are coming back up to test this resistance that I have plotted here at around 165. So we're going to be going over those earnings that they released yesterday in the aftermarket hours. We have here on Seeking Alpha, Sundial reports full year and fourth quarter 2020 financial operational results. Right here, they have operational results for the full year and fourth quarter ended December 31st, 2020. All financial information in this press release is reported in millions, so make sure you guys are noting that if you do go over this for yourselves. And we're going to be going over their kind of financial highlights here. They completed financial restructuring and eliminated 227 million aggregate principal amount of debt during 2020, which we all know this company has no debt on their books. They eliminated all their debt in 2020, and that is something that is huge for this company. No other company in their industry, the flower industry, has no debt like Sundial. So that's a pretty bullish move right there on Sundial. Also, 60.4 million unrestricted cash on hand at December 31st, 2020, and they have 719 million unrestricted cash on hand at March 15th, 2021. So that's obvious they raised a lot of this capital in 2021, but this coupled with their elimination of all their debt gives them a lot of mobility to spend this cash, as well as their merger with SAF. SAF is like a capital company that they're very smart with kind of spending their cash and putting it in strong investments where they can make a good return. And with this amount of capital, that SAF merger is going to be big, as they are going to help Sundial spend a lot of this cash and make good financial returns as well. So we have the gross revenue increased by 10% to 73.3 million in 2020 compared to the prior year. So that's good. We're increasing our revenue. We like to see that. Branded net flower sales increased to 75% of total flower sales in 2020 from 20% in the previous year, as Sundial transitioned from wholesale to branded retail sales. So they definitely had to take some time to transition from this wholesale to retail, which has affected their revenue a little bit. Net flower revenue for fourth quarter of 2020 was 13.9 million, an increase of 8% over third quarter of 2021. So I've looked at a lot of analysts' expectations for this revenue, and it seems like most analysts are around the $12 million range. Some having it over the 13, some having it quite considerably under the $13 to $14 $14 million range. But it seems like most analysts are saying that they did beat their revenue expectations slightly, which is why I think we are seeing the increase in the stock price. We also have general and administrative costs were reduced by 18% in 2020 as a result of cost reduction initiatives to 32 million compared to 38.9 million in the previous year. And I always love to see costs reduce as well as revenue increase. It just shows that the company is moving closer to that being a net positive profitability. They also committed 58.9 million in the fourth quarter of 2020 and a further 31.5 million subsequent to year-end in strategic flower-related portfolio investments, generated realized investment income and fees subsequent to year-end of 9.3 million. And with the cash that they have raised in 2021, we can probably see a lot of these strategic flower-related portfolio investments, and a lot of these have been profitable. So we'll be looking forward to a lot more of these as well. And also, we have a pretty long word here from Zach George, who's the CEO, and we'll be going over that as well. He says, "We entered our second year of commercial operations facing a number of internal and external challenges, including operational difficulties, excessive leverage, inadequate cost control, a lack of focus on our core value proposition, and rapidly evolving industry conditions." So he kind of is noting here that they kind of started the year at a little bit of a problem area, but in response, we redefined our strategy and made material changes to position Sundial for improved performance. We successfully restructured the entire organization by repaying all outstanding debt, which we talked about previously, improving our operating practices, targeting a sustainable cost structure, and simplified business model. Sundial also curtailed production and reduced the size of our workforce in response to market demand. We have raised significant capital, which most of this was in 2021. So not really relevant to 2020, but they made a number of profitable investments, and hopefully they can continue to do this with their raised capital and continue to evaluate a robust pipeline of strategic opportunities. Capital preservation and corporate stewardship in key priorities for our board and management team. While our financial strength has improved materially, we still have significant work to do on our core operations to achieve the goals we have established for Sundial and our shareholders. So he had to put something bad in there. He couldn't only talk good about the company. Sundial's last 2 quarters have been negatively impacted by the complete repositioning of our cultivation operations as we focused on data-driven best practices to drive quality and potency results that meet evolving consumer preferences. While we are currently seeing many of our Canadian peers move away from cultivation partially or entirely due to their inability to deliver consistent cultivation outcomes, Sundial has renewed its commitment to cultivation in our modular indoor facility and views this core competency as an opportunity of differentiation going forward. We are confident that the adjustments made to our cultivation and processing activities may better enable us to delight our consumers and customers in the coming year. So those were some words from the CEO. If you also want to go more over in detail some of these things that he's saying in the company results, you guys can find this article on Seeking Alpha. But let's get back to some charts here on Sundial. It seems that here on the pre-market, we are definitely coming up to test this resistance here that we've charted. And if you want to know why these lines are charted where they are, you will have to check out my last Sundial video. I go over a lot of these kind of support and resistance lines. So if you want to figure out why those are where they are, please go watch that. But also, if we do come up to test this resistance at 165, 167, and we get a break, we'll be looking to take it up to our next line of resistance here at 193, and then our next line of resistance at 230. So if you were long-term bullish on this company, you will definitely be looking to take it up and be taking partial profits at 193, 226, and 297. So those are kind of my partial profits that I will be taking at on a long-term trade for Sundial. But let's take a closer look for those of you who are looking for a more short-term trade. As you can see here, we have pre-market here on the 30-minute just below our 165 area here. But we do have a pretty big run up right above this resistance here at 175. So let's kind of plot this as a point of resistance to kind of show us where price is going to be at. We'll put our next resistance here, because we did come up into this zone and we have a sharp rejection off of this here at 175. So we're here at 161. We'll be looking to come up into this 164, get a break above, and then continue to this 175 on the short term, where you'll be taking your first partial profit. We then have our next partial profit here based on previous price action at 192. So for those short-term trades, we'll be kind of going over that as well. But as another support kind of in this area, I would like to note that the 50 EMA is right along here. So if this does reject off of this, we'll be looking to take a position off of a confirmation of a rejection off this support on the 50 EMA. So moving forward, if we do come up to test this resistance and we do get a break above, I'll be kind of charting this out so you guys can kind of see the play that I am thinking of in my head. Here we'll be taking our first partial profit here at 175 with stops just below this support line here at 164. If we do get a good strong confirmation and it does come back down to break below this then support, we will then be taking out our full position at this time. We do not want to be in if this is moving bullish or bearish, excuse me. However, if we do continue up and we break above this resistance here, based on previous price action, we'll be looking to take it up to our next price target here at 192. We'll be moving our position here. And then again, we have a pretty significant stop loss, pretty large risk here. So we'll be moving this. Make sure you're trailing your stop loss to reduce the amount of money that you could lose in this position. So if it did reject, continue back down, you would then be at a loss if it came back down to your break even and your stop loss. So we are making sure we are moving that up and making sure that we do not enter any drawdown and ensure our gains. But with that being said, that is all the value that I had for you guys today on SNDL. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and I also have my Instagram link down below if you would be interested in following that. But as always, guys, I hope you have an excellent day. Get some gains in the market today. Good luck, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.